Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy. Today we are going to dry brush some Chameleon pigments on these cool coasters. I'm using eye candy. That's Tori. And that's I had some left on my brush from a previous project, so I went ahead and dusted it on, and that, I can't pronounce that. Anyway, I got this set from FluidArt-Co and they had a big, huge sale. So I want to dry brush the set. And then the set came with like 4 unique coaster molds. And I think once I have a completed coaster, I'm going to make some silicone molds from the completed coaster. That way, if I wanted to make a set of 4 of a particular one, I would have that available. So I'm just using a makeup brush here, and I'm just dry brushing these on. I did use a little bit too much pigment, and I didn't like tap some of it out. With Chameleon pigments, you really don't want to use too much because, for one, they're very expensive. And for two, when you're dry brushing, sorry to be out of the frame there, a little goes a long way because you're going to just fill this in with black resin. So now if you really wanted to be detailed, you could use very different colors from one side to the other and just get a really cool effect. But I just kind of wanted to play around with the mold. So, sorry if you can hear my dog walking. She was fast asleep until I started talking, and now she's walking around, so you can probably hear her toes. So yeah, we're just dusting these in, using these 2 different colors. I really like these colors. I do have an affiliate link below for eye candy, and with a discount. Last time I checked, some of these were out of stock. But when I first bought this set, I bought kind of one of every color in a sample pack that they have, which I think is probably the most economical way to do it. I don't know why I'm so zoomed in. I didn't mean to be. But you can kind of see what it looks like up close. But yeah, I hope that you enjoy this. I'm going to speed it up a little bit because, this part's kind of boring. And then I'll do the unmolding with you. And my apologies for being off camera for part of this. I was trying to stay in frame, but I was, my tripod is way up above me, so I can't see without like standing on a stool. Anyway, I really like these wave coasters. I think they're super pretty, but I think the whole set is cool. So what I'm planning to do is once I get the completed ones, I'm going to try to make some extra molds so that if I wanted to do a whole set of 4, I could, or if I wanted to do like 2 and 2 of the wave and the other one. Anyway, I think that this is a cool set. I don't know if FluidArt-Co still has it. I think I've also seen it on Amazon, but I think it's a fun set, But there's the 2 wave ones. So if you're not familiar with making silicone molds, what you basically do, which was news to me when I started doing it, is you take something that's completed already. So let's say I filled that with resin and I let it cure, I take it out. And then you would basically flip that upside down in some sort of a mold housing and pour the mixed silicone over it and let it cure. Then when you take it out, you've basically imprinted a new mold. So I recorded a mold making video. I haven't edited or released it, but I tried to make my own mold housing and it was kind of a bust. So maybe I'll record some of the process of these. But it's super easy, especially once you kind of get the hang of it. So I ordered some custom mold housings from Tracy Reed Designs, and she has a wonderful Etsy shop, and she made some custom sizes for me, which is awesome. Thank you, Tracy. And so when those get here, I will probably do that with some of my bigger coasters. These are actually about 4 inches, so they're a normal size, but I have some that are quite large that I'm going to do that. I'm going to make just additional coaster molds from them. I'm not going to sell them, right, because someone else's intellectual property, but I'm going to duplicate my own mold. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy this process. Again, apologies for not being on camera. These are the other 2 parts of the set, and I think they're pretty cute. My favorite one is the one that's on the bottom left. But yeah, I know it's kind of, I think I zoomed in too much by accident, and now I'm off camera, so sorry about that. But anyway, it is fun to make the molds out of a completed one. However, you kind of want to avoid having flaws in your coaster, like bubbles, because that will transfer to your mold. So, you know, just be aware. And I'll show you in the unmolding of these where there were some flaws because I left too much of the particulate in there, and it actually created what looks like a bubble on the wave coasters. Like you can see, I was a little heavy-handed with look how much powder is left in there. It's way too much. And you see it's how it's flying around. So what I did, I think I tapped it into the other one. But I think by doing that, I actually put too much in this mold. And you'll see why that's a problem when I show you the unmolding, because it created almost like the particulate didn't get fully absorbed by the resin, and it created like a little micro bubble looking thing. It's not a big deal, but you'll see it. Okay, let me show you these guys unmolded. Okay, so let's unmold these. So this set comes with one of each of these coasters, but I like the wave coasters more than the other two, and I'm going to make another mold or 2 or 3, but I want to make sure I have a good round with, you know, maybe not as many bubbles, because if I make the mold with the finished coaster and it has bubbles, then my mold is going to have that marking. So this one is this design. So really cool. And the cool thing about these is you can just lightly sand these, put a backer on them, and they're done. They don't need a top coat or anything because you just dry brush. You didn't do any bubbly things or anything like that. So there's that one. This one is one of my favorites. Now you can see up close we have just, I think I still may use this one to make another mold, but we have some slight imperfections, and it actually wasn't even bubbles. I had too big of a flake. You can barely see it. So if you're using, like if you're dry brushing with Chameleon pigments, you kind of want to use a fine flake. This one had some that were a little bit bigger, and I maybe didn't dust out the excess well enough. So I'm going to clean this one real good and do it again, but I still may make a mold out of this one. I'm not sure. There's about at least four spots that show, but like if you look at it like this, I don't know that that really takes anything away, but I really like these. I think they're super cool. And if you really want them to be dramatic, you can do like contrasting colors on each wave. I didn't do all of that. I just kind of slapped some color on there, but you can do that. So that's this one. And then this one, I also like this one a lot. This one also has some of the same markings. And when I look in my coaster, same thing. Those particulates just didn't quite pick up in the resin. So it still has the same markings. So I'll probably go again and see if I can get one that's a little smoother for making the mold. But I really like this mold. I think it looks really cool. And that's from here. And I wonder how well that coaster works with all those lines on it, but it still works. There's my coffee. Oh, you can't see. Here's my coffee on it. Still works. Because, you know, it's textured. It still works. And I'll show you the last one. All right, here's the last one. I did spray these with alcohol at the top, which helped pop some of the bubbles, but not all. I really like this one. I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but I think it looks cool. So yeah, you have to let me know what you think. Do you like these designs? I probably will, if I do them again, I'll probably do them on camera. And I'll probably use not the same colors, but I would like to make a set. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think that they would sell as 4 completely different ones? In my mind, they would not. So I would like to make this into a set of 4, this into a set of 4. So I'll use similar colors, but maybe not all the same. So yeah, hopefully Hopefully you enjoyed this little tutorial. And if you're interested in these molds, like I said, I got them at FluidArt-Co. I don't know if they still have them, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.